This is the results video for UFC NOCHE, where we will find out which channels picked the winner for every fight on this card the most and least correctly, which channels could have won or lost you the most money if you had blindly followed every pick they had made, and we'll also find out which channels were the most and least accurate with their correct winner plus method of victory predictions and were the most or least profitable with them. And for the last part of the video, we'll look at which channels are making winning or losing picks week after week. For these results I only include channels that made picks on at least half of all the fights, so a minimum of 7 for this event. Which channels picked the winner of each fight the least correct? At number 7 we have the following 13 channels with a correct pick percentage of 30.8%. At number 6, through 4, we have the Ice Files, the Die Hard MMA podcast, Ben Duffy from Sherdog.com and Knockout Picks, with a correct pick percentage between 23 and 27%. In third place we have Sun Tzu Tips with 2 out of 9 correct for 22%. In second place is Money Moicano with 2 out of 10 correct for 20%. And in first place, with the least correct picks this week, we have Half the Battle. He had 2 out of 12 predictions correct for 16.7%. For the most accurate channels with their winner picks, we have MMA Ethic at number 4 with 7 out of 11 correct for 63.6%. In third place is Dryball with 8 out of 12 correct for 66.7%. In second place we have the following 5 channels, all of them had 9 out of 13 correct for 69%. And in first place, the channel with the most correct picks for this event is Cash Money from Fight Bloodline, and he had 10 out of 13 correct for a correct pick percentage of 77%. So congratulations to Cash Money from Fight Bloodline for being the most accurate channel this week. And this is the complete overview of all 128 channels that I've tracked, including those that made less than 7 predictions, with their correct picks, total picks and correct pick percentage. For the most and least profitable, I only include channels that made a minimum of 7 predictions, half of all the fights. And basically, we're blindly following every pick a channel has made, and then we place a $100 moneyline bet on each of them. To calculate the results, we use the odds from the tail of the tape, shown before each fight. For the least profitable channels for UFC NOCHE, we have the following 8 channels in place 10 through 4, with a return on investment from minus 52% all the way up to minus 64%. In third place we have Money Moicano with a return on investment of minus 66%. In second place is Knockout Picks and he had a return on investment of minus 68%. And in first place, the least profitable channel this week, if you had blindly followed all of their picks and placed a $100 moneyline bet on each of them, was Half the Battle. He only had 2 out of 12 picks correct and had a return on investment of minus 79% for a loss of $948. For the most profitable channels with their winner picks, we have from number 10 until number 4 the following 7 channels, with a return on investment of 25.4% up to 31.7%. In third place is Just Win Baby MMA with a return on investment of 32.4%. And with a slightly better return on investment we have MMA Ethic in second place with 33.3%. And in first place with the highest return on investment with their winner picks we have Cash Money from Fight Bloodline. If you had blindly followed all of his picks and placed a $100 moneyline bet on each of them, you could have won a total of $610 for a return on investment of 47%. So congratulations to Cash Money from Fight Bloodline for being the most profitable and the most accurate channel with their winner picks. And here is the complete overview of all 128 channels that I've tracked this week, also including channels that made picks on less than half of all the fights. With their total money won or lost, their return on investment, the correct picks, total picks and their total investment. For the next part we will look at which channels had the winner plus their method of victory prediction correct. And we start with the least accurate channels. From 6th to 4th place we have the following 6 channels with 1 out of 7 correct, 1 out of 9 or 1 out of 12. In 3rd place with 1 out of 13 correct we have Frenzy, KC MMA and Topside MMA for a correct pick percentage of 7.7%. In 2nd place we have Us vs Them MMA with 0 out of 9 correct for a 0% correct pick percentage. And in 1st place, the least accurate channel with their correct winner plus method of victory prediction, we have Live It Larry MMA and he had 0 out of 13 correct. Which channels had the most predictions correct with their winner plus method of victory predictions? From number 6 to number 4 we have the following 10 channels with a correct pick percentage of 33.3% up to 38.5%. In third place is James Lynch, he had 4 out of 10 correct for 40%. Sharing second place we have Axel MMA and Tiger Bomb MMA. Both of them had 6 out of 13 correct for 46%. And in first place for this event, the channel with the highest correct pick percentage for their winner plus method of victory predictions, we have Adam from MMA Oddsbreaker. He had 5 out of 8 correct for a correct pick percentage of 62.5%. So congratulations to Adam from MMA Oddsbreaker for having the highest correct pick percentage with their winner plus method of victory predictions. And here is the complete overview of all 67 channels that made winner plus method of victory predictions this week, which also includes channels that made predictions on less than half of all the fights, with their correct predictions, total predictions and correct prediction percentage. And for the last part, we look at which channels were the most and least profitable with their correct winner plus method of victory predictions. For least profitable channels with winner plus method of victory predictions from number 10 up until number 4, we have the following 12 channels with a return on investment from -60% up to -78.8%. In third place is Fight Productions with a return on investment of -80.8%. And in second place we have Topside MMA with an ROI of -82.3%. And in first place we have Live It Larry MMA and Us vs Them MMA with an ROI of -100% because every winner plus method of victory prediction they made were incorrect. The only difference is that Us vs Them MMA made 9 predictions for a loss of $900 and Live It Larry MMA 13 predictions for a loss of $1,300. And for the most profitable channels with their correct winner and method of victory predictions, we have the following 7 channels from number 10 to number 4. With a return on investment of 28.5% up to 46.2%. In third place is Tiger Bomb MMA with an ROI of 50.4%. And in second place with a return on investment of 63.8% we have Tank Top MMA. And in first place, the most profitable channel with the correct winner and method of victory predictions, we have Adam from MMA Oddsbreaker. Had you followed all of his winner plus method of victory predictions, you could have had a return on investment of 75% for a profit of $600 had you placed a $100 bet on each of them. So congratulations to Adam from MMA Oddsbreaker for being the most profitable and most accurate channel with their winner and method of victory predictions for this week. And here is the complete overview of all channels that I've tracked this week that made a winner plus method of victory prediction, with a total money won or lost, the return on investment, the correct predictions, total predictions, the correct prediction percentage and their total investment. And for the last part, we'll take a look at which channels have the longest losing or winning streak. And we start with the losing streak and find out which channels keep losing week after week with their winner picks. On a 3-week losing streak, we have the following 12 channels in alphabetical order. Out of those 12, the following 5 are on a 4-week losing streak. On a 5-week losing streak, we have High Jive Picks, UF Consultant and Uncle Weezy. And all 3 of them also have a 6-week losing streak. And on a 7-week losing streak are High Jive Picks and UF Consultant. And both of them are also on an 8-week losing streak. But out of those 2, only one is on a 9-week losing streak, which is High Jive Picks. And unfortunately for him, he's also on a 10-week losing streak. For the longest winning streak, we have the following 9 channels that are on a 2-week winning streak. And out of those 9, the following 6 channels are on a 3-week winning streak. And 4 out of those 6 have been winning 4 weeks in a row, which are Jake Gerber MMA, James Lynch, Lucrative James and MMA Addict. And on a 5-week winning streak, we have Lucrative James and MMA Addict. But only one channel out of those 2 is winning 6 weeks in a row, which is MMA Addict. But it doesn't stop there, cause he has been winning not 7 weeks, but 8 weeks in a row. So congratulations to MMA Addict for having the longest winning streak out of all the channels that I track. That was it for the results video for UFC NOCHE. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I would appreciate it a lot. Thank you so much for watching, have a great week and I'll see you back in around 2 weeks.